I'm sorry, I've been crying. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I just dealt with something that I'm so shaken up over. I can't get through it. I don't feel like I can get through it right at this moment because I am very, very embarrassed and just kind of shook up and feel kind of like really down at the fact that I don't know where my voice can be heard. Okay, so let me explain. A little bit of a backstory. This is about my apartment complex. Like I said, I don't go on here and I don't talk about this kind of thing, like whatever. This is basically shitty life right now. And I am only talking about this because I went on Instagram. I'm at a loss at what to do, and that was the reason why. And not everyone could fully understand the story, and I kept getting questions about it, and it's just way too much to type. So I'm coming on here, and I'm asking for advice, because I don't feel like this should be let go. Kind of like I want justice for how I was treated. So I recorded everything. I am so happy that I did. I don't normally record situations like this because it's one of those things, it's life, whatever. You gotta move on from it. But I had a feeling that it wasn't gonna be a good situation, so that's why I recorded it. Anyways, what's happening is a backstory. My apartment complex, I've been here for a year now. I moved here at the beginning of April. I've wanted out for the past couple of months, but I've just stayed my stay, you know, like I have to. But I'm ready to move on and go somewhere else, maybe somewhere a little bit bigger, or just somewhere that I don't like this management here. This management here sucks. And if you know where I'm at because you live in Albuquerque, then you probably know exactly what apartment complex I'm talking about. So I was misinformed in January that my lease was up. And when I was told that, I didn't go in there asking. I went in there to pay my rent. And my rent went like $100 down, which was weird. I wasn't complaining though from what I actually pay. And I was told, oh, you do know your lease is up at the end of January. It was January, by the way, when I was told that. And I said, oh, really? Like, I didn't know that. I haven't made any plans to move out. And she told me, well, if you need a couple of days in February, just write it down on a piece of paper. So it's kind of like one of those 30 to 60 day notices that they require to know like what you're doing. So I wrote out a notice saying that I would need until this time in February because January was almost up, and I just said I didn't know. So the lady was really nice. We're going to name her Brittany. Brittany was really nice to me, and I just walked out. I was like, okay, well, I guess we're going to have to start looking for apartments then. Like, we only have like, I think it was maybe two or 3 weeks. So started looking, and for some reason at the end of that month I went in to pay the last month's rent, and I was like, this was with a different person in the management. This was with a guy, and I was like, hey, can you make sure that my lease is up in January, because I was told that and I just want to make sure and clarify. And he was like, yeah. Then he got out my file. He saw the piece of paper that I wrote saying like I terminate, or I guess I said I terminate, or I am moving out on February, don't remember the date. And he was like, oh, are you moving out on this day? He was like, because your lease is up in April. And I was like, oh, okay. Misinformation. It was whole misinformation. So the other manager, we're going to call her Grace or something. Grace. So Grace looks at me and she was like, oh, are you terminating? Like, she said it in such a smart tone, but I didn't have time for her, so I was just like, I'm not terminating. I was told that. And now I'm told it's like at the beginning of April. And then she was like, okay, so do I throw this away? And I was like, yeah, I guess throw it away. So they threw that piece of paper away. Keep that in mind. And I left thinking that my lease was up in April. Beginning of April. Keep that in mind as well. I come in again to pay my rent because I go in every time to pay my rent. And I think I asked the girl a question because that stupid ass hole is still in the wall in the bedroom. And I was asking her about maintenance. And I was just like, can I do anything to get that fixed? Am I going to have to pay for it? She was like, yeah, it is going to be like maybe like $100 to fix it or something like that. And I was just like, oh, okay, well, that's fine. Like, I can't do anything about it. But I was like, okay. And then I started asking her about staying like a couple of days after April. I was like, so how many days after April can I stay? Please keep all of this in mind when listening to the story so you can give me the best advice possible. She said that each day of April will be counted, and this is like papers that I should have freaking kept, but I didn't, or I should have documented, but I didn't. So she wrote down, like, if you say you stay until like April 15th, you'll have to pay this amount of money. So not the full month's rent, but just a little bit of it, since you're staying like a little bit after your lease is up. Lease is up in April 1st, right? So that's what I'm thinking. My lease is up in April 1st. I go in last Friday, and I tell one of the guys, this is a different guy. They have like so many people that freaking work there and they don't even know what they're talking about. And I ask him, hi, I'm probably going to be out 2 weeks early of my apartment, meaning like this 2 weeks coming up before April 1st. Will I still be accounted for that rent? He says, yeah, let me take a look at that. He opens up my folder. He says, oh, it looks like your lease is up at the end of April. Already found an apartment, just so you know. Already started the application fees for it. It's $80. So, that being said, I was just like, oh my gosh, that's already been done. So what do I do? I've already found an apartment. What are we supposed to do? And he was like, well, I mean, you can send in a 60-day notice, but that means your lease will be up in May or sometime in May. And I was like, no, what? No. And I was like, please, can I speak to your manager? He told me she wasn't here, that she will be here. Grace, the girl Grace, or I don't even know, Grace or Brittany. I don't know who the freaking manager is. They both seem to be the manager. He said they'll be here Monday, come in early. And I was like, okay. So, today, this is all today. It is now Monday. I go in at 9 o'clock a.m. and I'm finally there to see her. I talk to Brittany. I walk in and she was like, so what's wrong? Like, I already sensed, you know, when you sense a bad vibe. I sensed it already. I tell her and I let her know I was told in January that my lease was up, but then I got told in April. So basically the whole story I told you, I told her in a downsized version. And then she was like, why don't you have a copy of your lease? The way she said it all. And I just was like my story kind of just stopped and I was like, I don't have a copy of it. It's probably in my email somewhere, but I mean, I've been in here 3 or 4 times and I was finally told at the beginning of April that it was up, and just a few days ago I got told at the end of April it was up. I'm sorry, I keep burping. And then that's why I'm in here, because there's just been so much communication. Oh my God, this is where I couldn't take it anymore. She looks at me and she says, then why don't you have, clapping, a copy of your lease? What do you want me to do about it? And the tone just went from me telling the story all like, da 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 da, to, woo. She's like pissed at me and saying how dare I accuse her, saying that I came in there and accused her of telling me it was January. And I was like, I mean, I'm not accusing you. You did. I was like, don't you remember me? My exact words. She was like, no, I don't. So here we are. I look at her and I say, I don't appreciate you talking to me like that. I want to talk to someone else. And my voice was already getting shaky. She was like, you can go talk to her over there, meaning Grace. So I went over to Grace. She already has an attitude with me, and that's why I recorded it, because I knew that this wasn't going to be good. I go and I sit down. She's fine and says, hey, come in. And here we are. I'm going to show you the video of everything that I got. You tell me what you think. If I did something wrong, I'll suck it up and I'll just accept it. But I'm over here just talking about, I was told 2 different things. Actually, not even 2 different things. 3 different things. Once in January, and then in April, and then now it's at the end of April. Now, it might be in the contract, but I was still told by my management. I walked in there multiple times. She even says in the video, she remembers me. Because I asked, I don't have a printer to print off my lease, and they never, that just wasn't in my mind to say, hey, can you just send me a copy of my lease? Whether that be my fault or not, it probably is, but I still was told by my management, by the management of the apartment complex, is all I'm trying to say. And then it just got switched up on me. And here's the video. So you tell me what you think. I need justice for my own self. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, no, actually we will actually be asking them to move out. So, if you want to come and talk about it with us, tomorrow, I need to put some papers together and kind of talk to, my assistant about it and see which route we're gonna go. But, give us a little bit of time so we can do some research on what happened. Okay? Alright, thank you. Bye-bye. Okay, so what's going on?
There's just been some miscommunication with my leasing agreement, and that's just what I try to explain to her. And
okay, so what did you try to explain to Allie, or what is it that happened that you don't feel that she can help you and that I need to help you?
it's just how she talked to me. That was it. She just cut me off. That was it. It's not that I wanted to come in here and talk to you. I mean, I was told to talk to her. And the way that she spoke to me was disgraceful. That's not what I'm coming in here to do, is cause problems.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, do I have the floor to explain what's going on?
What happened?
She said that I told her in January that her lease was up in January, and it isn't. It's obvious in the system that it's up April 30th and in the file. So all in all, I don't know what she's asking for, but I asked her if she had a copy of her lease because all her information's in there, including that she has to give us a 60-day notice.
Okay, yes. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys, is that I was misinformed. I've been in here multiple times asking because I don't have a copy of it.
I actually remember talking to you the last time I had an issue. You were in here.
It's just been asking about my lease and whenever it's been up, or I don't even know. I haven't came in here with any other problems.
I talked to her before. I remember her. Do you remember what it was?
Yeah, she said that you tore her notice to vacate because her lease was
I said that the paper was thrown away because it wasn't necessary.
So when I threw the paper away, you obviously knew it was because your lease wasn't.
No, I'm not. Okay. What I'm trying to say is that I've been misinformed multiple times that my lease was up in January. That's just me saying that's what I was told. I came in here again a couple of weeks later, and then I was told, no, your lease is up in April. Okay, fine. That's great. That's what I thought that it was in the beginning. So I was told that it was up at the beginning of April. So what I'm trying to say is that me and my boyfriend have already looked at apartments, is what I'm trying to say. We've already signed like the papers or whatever, the applications.
Okay.
And so now that being said, I'm kind of in a bind, and her fight with me is that, well, why don't you have a copy of the lease?
Here's what I can understand, okay? And this is what when people get defensive or when people get a certain way. And listen to me just like I'm listening to you, okay? When you come in here and you say, I was told this happened, that happened, you did this, you did that, we get very defensive because if that's not true and that's not the case, then just like you have the right to defend what's true to you, so do we. I've never ripped a paper that you've given me. I've never thrown away a paper that you've given me.
I'm not
done talking. I've never ever done that. So this is what happens is when you go say something, oh, you told me in January my lease wasn't up, or whatever it is, if she knows she didn't tell you that, she's gonna get defensive. Like me, I know I didn't rip a paper up. Hold on, I'm not done talking.
This is not right.
What's your name?
Taylor.
Okay, Taylor, hold on. Just because it's not going your way doesn't mean it's not right.
It's not that it's not going my way.
I spoke with you. Hold on. I personally spoke with you back in January or February. I remember you. You came in here and I told you when your lease was up. We talked about it.
Yeah, in April, and that's.
Hold on. I never told you your lease is up a couple of days in April. I told you the exact end date of when your lease was up.
I have been told April 1st from the beginning, and I would never ever come in here or even
at the end of the day,
if I knew that my lease was up at the end of April and I found out Friday, I would just say, okay, my fault for signing papers. But I have been told for months and months and months from you guys, which you're the management of this property. I was not given a copy of my leasing agreement. If you wanted to give me one, you could have. I'm sorry, I don't have a printer. I can't see it.
So it is, and I know this is going to sound really difficult for you, but it's your responsibility to know when your lease ends.
But
Hold
so
on,
that
it's
doesn't
nobody
matter
else's.
if I've
I'm
came in here
talking to you,
multiple
so we can't have
times.
this conversation
This
if
is
we talk over
not. This
each
is
other.
not right.
You are the person.
I'm not trying to end my leasing
you're
agreement.
the person that signed the
I've.
lease.
The
It's
thing
your
is that
responsibility to know when your lease ends. It's not her responsibility.
I don't
and
want
it's
her to
not
know.
my
The
responsibility.
thing is that I'm not
It's
trying.
yours.
Okay,
Do you
that's
agree?
that's
do we
enough
agree?
because
No,
this is
isn't
going.
because you won't listen.
This is going in a different direction.
Yes, exactly, because you won't listen, because you don't give another person
No,
the
it's because you
opportunity.
guys are acting condescending towards
No,
me,
it's
and
because
I
you
don't
won't let me
appreciate.
speak. I don't appreciate that you don't let me speak.
Because you're talking for me, saying that you
I'm
didn't
not
rip up a
talking for
paper
you.
when you did
I'm
rip up a
telling you
paper,
exactly
and she
what
did tell me
happened.
January.
I'm telling you exactly what happened between you and me. When you came in here and talked to me, I told you your exact.
And then your exact words was that you didn't rip up a piece of paper.
I did not rip up a piece
You
of
didn't
paper.
rip up a piece.
No, I didn't
Well,
rip up
I
a piece
get.
of
Well,
paper.
you
That's
can
a
definitely
lie.
get away with it.
You're lying. That's not what happened.
I don't appreciate you calling
I'm
me
sorry
a
that I don't
liar.
appreciate you lying about something like that.
I would never lie because.
Why would I rip up your piece of paper?
And why would I come in here at the end of my lease, pretty much, and try to get out of it? I've stayed my stay, and something has happened, and I'm coming to you guys with miscommunication between me and you guys. I'm not trying to start problems. Your guys' attitude is awful. It's despicable.
Well, the way that so is yours. Yes.
No,
So
no.
what do you want? What do you come
So
here
is
to
yours.
ask for?
The way that you
What
treat
was-
people and you don't let somebody talk, you want to be heard, but you don't want to listen. And in life,
When
you
someone
have
says
to
a lie,
listen.
yes, I
I'm
am.
upset because you're lying as well. Yes.
I would never
Me neither. I
lie.
would never lie.
No, you wouldn't, because you are the manager, and you don't want to
And you
get
wouldn't
in
either
trouble.
Because you're the resident here. I mean, we're in the same boat. Why would I lie about something like that? It's something that's in writing. Why would I lie about it? Why would I make up something that's
Yeah,
written?
it's in writing. So whenever you guys verbally told me, it's at the beginning of April.
I didn't tell you that. So I don't know who told you that, but it wasn't me.
You
Did
were
tell
one
her
of
that?
them. The guy with the glasses that sits right there, he was another one of them that told me. I came in.
Okay, but at the end of the day, what did you come in here? What do you want? What do you need and what do you want from us? What is it that, after all of it, the miscommunication, the you're lying, I'm lying, the pointing the fingers back and forth.
There was no pointing fingers in the beginning for me.
You're pointing the finger and telling people, you told me this, when it's your responsibility to have a copy of your lease, ma'am. It is your responsibility. That's your lease.
Okay, that's my lease, but I've came in here almost four times.
When you signed it, at the day that you leased that apartment, you needed to say, give me a copy if they didn't give you one. You needed to say that because you're the responsible
Well, you guys,
person.
I can come back at you and say, well, you guys should have told me the correct date instead of telling someone, one of your tenants, that.
You can't come back with that because what's
Yes,
in
I
writing
can.
is in
Yes, I
writing.
can.
What's in
'Cause-
writing is what legally binds you to that contract.
Okay,
not what anybody
and I am
said.
coming in here to
Because
say,
it's all
but I can write
hearsay.
out a piece of paper
It's all
and give a
hearsay.
notice within 60,
It's all-
30
it's all
days,
hearsay.
right?
What this person said and didn't say, it's all hearsay.
And
the only thing that
when it
counts-
comes down to
the
it,
only
it
thing that
depends the
counts
kind
in
of
this
people
country-
you guys
the
are.
only thing that
And
counts in
your
the
your
country is
personality
the
shows.
Yeah, and so does yours.
I know
And it's
who I
unfortunate.
am at the end
So
of the
do
day.
So do I. So do I. I know who I am at the end of the day. I've
I
been
came
doing
in
this for a
here
long time.
to tell you that I already signed papers for another apartment.
Okay.
Okay. Me not knowing with the miscommunication, which you say that I'm not telling the truth about, which how dare you say that I am a
The same way
liar.
You dare tell me I'm a liar and that
I
ripped up your
never told
paper.
you that you were a
You said that
liar.
I told you something when your lease ended in the beginning of April. That's not true. I didn't tell you
Again,
that.
why would
That's a
I
lie. I
come
don't know,
in
because I
here
don't know
and
what
lie?
happened. So moving forward, you lease an apartment, you have another apartment. Again, here we go. What is it that we can do for you? What do you need from us?
I am set to move April 1st.
Okay.
Okay. So since my lease ends at the end of April, what can you do to help me? Because I cannot pay this month and also
Nothing.
The
We can't
end.
do anything to help you.
because I already planned to pay the end of this month. That was already set, but I didn't know it was till the end of April, so that's another month's rent
Okay.
that I
so
have to
the
pay.
early termination fee is $1,000. It's in writing. You signed, accepted. I can give you a copy of your lease if you'd like. Since you said you've never received a copy, I could give you a copy of it.
No, I'm going to be
So
out.
she said no.
I am
offered her
going
a
to be
copy,
out
and she
by
said
the
no.
beginning
And we will
of
send you and
April.
sue you for for $1,000 early termination.
Then you can send me a sue you because I never said that I wouldn't pay it. You'll get your freaking money. Don't you worry. You'll get your freaking money, and I'm sure you'll take my deposit. That's it. But I'll be done with you. Everything that has been said in this meeting has been recorded.
And you know it's illegal to record people without telling them? Just so you know, so.
Okay, I'll find out more information about
I
it.
know, you can find out more information about it, but when you're gonna record somebody in the beginning, you tell them. Just like they do when they call and collectors call you.
Everything's recorded. I never said where it was going. I never said where it was going.
You didn't get my permission, so have a nice day.
Have a nice day.
So that was the video. My camera's getting ready to die, but I wanted to also mention the thing that shook me up the most. Like, there was a lot of yelling in the background. Everybody was listening. Like, if I was a person on the outside and I didn't know what was going on, I would think, wow, this girl, me right here, that girl's just starting problems. So that's not the end of it. When I shut the video off, I tell her, have a nice day. You heard. I start walking out of the door and I hear just a weird, I don't even know. I thought they were laughing at me. So that was just like in the split seconds of all of this happening, that's what came to my mind. I turn around and they say, did you call us a bitch? I swear on everything that I did not. And it was screamed in front of everyone in that freaking office. And I'm like, no, I did not call you a bitch. I would not ever do that. I don't care how you act with me. I already got it on camera. Like, I don't have... It's just not of my character just to look at someone and call them a bitch when I don't even know them. Even though, yeah, she was acting like one. It wasn't of me. So, that being said, I said, no, I didn't. And then Brittany looks at me and says, you are not allowed on this property ever again. If you are, we'll call the cops. And I said, I am coming back on this property because it's the only way for me to pay my rent. And she says, well, I guess you just have to mail it to us. I'm not mailing the rent to them because it's just too much money to mail to them. I mean, that's it. That's the end of the story. I mean, like, I'm really mad right now. I am disgusted at how I was treated, and I already called the Better Business Bureau because I just have heard whenever you've had complaints, call them. Now, there have already been complaints on my apartment complex. Somebody even said that they would sue them. So I don't know if calling the Better Business Bureau will help, but they never gave me a call back. So yeah, that was the story. I don't know what I'm going to do. Stay updated. Please let me know what you think, because I am like generally in just a shit mess. I don't even want to be in here. This makes me sick being in here. I hate being under their roof now after they talk to me like that. Oh my God. Okay. I'm done venting about it. Thank you for listening if you've made it this far. I really do appreciate that more than anything. It's helped getting it out because honestly I haven't had anyone to talk to. Angel's at work. He can't really talk right now, and I know he's probably like shaken up too because I just like sent him texts like, I can't believe how they talked to me. Like, I was kind of vague about it, and he's just really upset about it too, so I feel bad for him. And like, I can't talk to my parents just because my mom is always busy. My dad, I just can't talk to them about it, unfortunately. So yeah, this is why I came on here. It's not to cause drama. So it's just, I need advice. Alright, I'll let you guys go. Have a good day.